It always starts small, a joke at a dinner table, a laugh that lingers too long, a look that tells the world, he's not as strong as he appears. Daniel had felt that sting before, the slow burn of public humiliation dressed as fun. It was his girlfriend, Maya, who always had a way of turning moments of love into arenas of dominance, not with anger, but with subtle, sharp words that sliced through his dignity, the kind that left no visible wound, yet made him bleed from the inside. That night at a friend's engagement party it happened again. Maya leaned back in her chair, wine glass in hand, surrounded by friends. Her laughter filled the room, confident, loud, magnetic. Daniel sat beside her, quiet, composed, listening to her story about how he once tried to fix a shelf and made the whole wall collapse. Everyone laughed, even Daniel smiled, but it was hollow. She wasn't lying. It had happened, but the way she told it, the tone, the mockery, the timing, it wasn't playful, it was power, and she knew it. "You should have seen his face," she said, mimicking his expression as the crowd burst into laughter. He just stood there like a lost puppy, holding a hammer like it was a magic wand. Daniel forced a smile. Inside, something crumbled. Humiliation doesn't always roar, it whispers, and men, most of them, swallow it. They stay silent because the world tells them to man up, to laugh it off, but each laugh chips away at something sacred, their self-respect. Later that night, when the laughter had faded and everyone had gone home, Daniel sat alone in his car, gripping the steering wheel. His reflection in the mirror looked unfamiliar, eyes empty, jaw clenched. He wasn't angry at Maya. He was angry at himself for letting it happen, for allowing love to become a stage where he was the clown. But why do women do it? Why humiliate the man they love, especially in public? The truth is uncomfortable, because sometimes humiliation isn't about cruelty, it's about control. It's a silent test. How much will he take before he snaps? For Maya, it was her way of proving dominance. Growing up, she'd watched her mother belittle her father until he stopped fighting back. Her mother called it balance. Maya called it keeping a man humble. Daniel never knew that. He just saw a woman he loved, who made him feel small whenever others were around. Weeks went by and the pattern grew. She would correct him mid-sentence, roll her eyes at his opinions, laugh when he shared his dreams, always in front of others. Alone, she was sweet, caring, affectionate. But in public, she wore another face, a mask that thrived on superiority. One evening, Daniel and Maya met with her friends for dinner. The conversation turned to careers, and someone asked Daniel about his startup. He spoke with quiet pride about the challenges, the long nights, and the hope that someday his company would grow. Maya interrupted with a chuckle. "Oh, please, he's been starting up for years. The only thing he's started is a collection of unpaid bills." Laughter again. That same soul. Stabbing laughter. Daniel froze. For a second his hand trembled, but he caught it before anyone noticed. He stayed calm, too calm. He nodded, smiled politely, and excused himself to the restroom. But he didn't go to the restroom. He went outside under the cold night sky. He looked up, breathing heavily. His mind screamed, "Why am I letting this happen?" Because love, when mixed with shame, becomes a quiet prison. In that moment, Daniel understood something profound. Men often endure humiliation, not because they are weak, but because they are trying to protect something fragile, love, peace, stability. They tell themselves it's not a big deal. Until it is. That night, Maya came home first, still scrolling through her phone, half smiling at messages from her friends. Daniel followed her in silence. She noticed his expression. "What's wrong? You've been quiet all evening." He hesitated, then asked softly, "Why do you do it?" "Do what?" She frowned. "Belittle me, in front of everyone." Her eyes widened slightly. "Oh, come on, Daniel. Don't be dramatic. It's just jokes. Everyone jokes about their partners. He shook his head. Not like that, she sighed. You're too sensitive. You need to lighten up. That was the line that broke something in him, the dismissal, the gaslight. He didn't argue. He just looked at her, then turned away. Because arguing with someone who humiliates you is like trying to fix a mirror that refuses to reflect the truth. The next morning, Daniel woke early. He stared at himself in the mirror again. Same face, same eyes, but something new flickered behind them. Awareness. He realized humiliation is only powerful when you react to it, when you need the approval of the one humiliating you. But if you detach from it, truly detach, the power shifts, and that's when the calm begins. The next time it happened was at another dinner. Maya teased him again about how he could never decide what to wear. This time, instead of smiling awkwardly, Daniel looked her in the eyes, completely calm. "You seem to enjoy putting me down," he said softly. The room fell silent. "Does it make you feel stronger?" The air turned heavy. Maya's smile froze. For the first time, she felt the mirror turn. She felt the eyes of everyone watching her. Daniel's voice stayed steady. "I'm not angry. I just want you to know I see it now." And with that, he stood, placed his napkin on the table, and left. Calmly, no shouting, no drama, just silence and self-respect. That night, Maya sat in her car, motionless. For the first time, she felt something unfamiliar, guilt, because humiliation only works when the other person still craves your validation. Once they stop, your power disappears. Daniel drove home, windows down, wind brushing his face. He wasn't broken anymore. He was free. And in that freedom, he realized something timeless. Women who humiliate men don't do it because they hate them. They do it because they fear losing control. But when a man stops reacting, when he stays calm, he takes back that control quietly, powerfully, completely. Because calm isn't weakness, it's a weapon. And Daniel had finally learned how to use it.